There's me staring into space. Really bad, eh? Just a quickie. I've just realised I missed Lexi's live, so because I was watching an auction. I'd registered to bid. I was all ready, and then stuff went for way beyond my budget, so I didn't bid on anything. But it was an interesting experience watching, which is why I missed your live, Lex. Anyway, I kind of had a bit of what I call a day off today. For the first time since October last year, I went round my local charity shops, most of which are now open. Don't really seriously shop in them generally because they are quite pricey. But I thought I'd just go for a wander. I needed to go down to Superdrug anyway for some bits and pieces. So, hello, Lainey. Hiya. So I thought I might as well show you the bits that I've got. It's not a big haul. I wasn't really supposed to be shopping, and I didn't buy any clothes. None. Because, lovely people, the charity shops, the way they price their clothes in my local town is horrific. And I will not pay those prices. It would have to be something very amazing, and I'm not going to spend what could easily amount to 3 or 4 hours combing every single rack to find one item that's profitable. No, not worth it. So I thought I'll show you what I've got anyway. Oh, hello, Gemma. Yeah, gosh, been on here a lot lately. I feel a little overexposed. Anywho, what did I get today? I bought some pretty weird shit. I'll show you the weirdest thing first. No, I won't show you the weirdest thing first. The first shop I went into was a, what do they call it now? British Art Foundation store. And they don't have a lot of anything. It's one of those shops that's a bit boutiquey and has very little. But I saw this in the window and went in. It's a cow. It is a cow. It's got horns, but it's definitely a lady. Hello, Sam. Hello, Charlotte. This lovely thing, I picked it up because I sold one of these about a year or 18 months ago and did rather well on it. So this is the same thing. It's a bigger version. It's got a green cow on it instead of a brown one. And it's this, which is Arabia, which is Finland. So it's Scandinavian design, and we all know how much everyone loves that. It's mid-century modern, and like I say, it's a very large cow. So I did pay £3.99 for that, which, you know, for bric-a-brac is quite spendy, but they obviously didn't know what it was, and I should be able to get about £35 for that, I would imagine. Post and package obviously on top. So that was my first purchase, and I thought, well, that's very mad cow. I thought, if that's the only thing I get today, I'm happy, because I was out, I was browsing, and to be honest, because we're sort of a few days in now, the charity shops weren't quite as packed. I didn't have to queue to get and do anything. So that was one little expenditure. Very happy with that. Potted on. Now, we've actually got about 3 or 4 kind of lined up next to each other because we're that counter of town. And one of the next things I bought was, let's do it this way around. I did go into a couple and come out with nothing, has to be said. Where've those gone? Right, all part of the same thing. Okay, Salvation Army was next. Salvation Army is somewhere I wholly support, think they're fantastic. Oh, God, sorry. Why do I do that? I'm so sorry, Kelly. I keep doing that, and it's a habit, because I got it wrong when we first started, and some reason my brain won't go there. Huge apologies, Kelly. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I'm so stupid. So I take stuff in there, but I very rarely buy from there. Again, their clothing tends to be somewhat overpriced, and their bric-a-brac can be a bit ambitious too. But I got some bits of jewellery. I picked this up because it just looks so beautiful. It hasn't got a brand to it, but it's got a safety chain, so it's not cheap rubbish. And I just rather like the style of it, because it's a little bit sort of mini sort of Cleopatra-y. Quite liked it. I was a bit disappointed it wasn't branded, because I'm trying to pick up branded stuff and not just pick up something because it's pretty. I haven't quite learned yet. So jewellery, gold tone. Lex is in. Is Lex in? Oh, yes. Jewellery. It was meant to be a jewellery trip today and ended up being a bric-a-brac and jewellery trip. No clothes. But I thought that was so pretty, and I rather like this slightly Egyptian style. I think the blue in there is glass, but sadly not branded. There we go. Rather like that. So this is Salvation Army. And then I picked up this because I have a ring, or I've sold a ring that's very similar. It's a plastic lucite, whatever you care to call it, with bows in. And it's a bit kitsch, obviously, but I like things like that. Now, I think I paid... What did I pay? Oh, okay. I did pay £1 for this. I told you this place was expensive. I did pay £1 for that one. And I did pay £1.50 for this. So I wasn't really going to go in there and buy lots because, you know, that's not giving me a good profit margin. But I'm learning and I'm enjoying learning. The other things I picked up in there, she says, try not to drop these. These aren't perfect, which is sad. Oh, hello, Fat Girl Sewing. We're normally too early, are we? Now, I'll put these down here first and then I'll try and show you. Because I know how clumsy I can be. I saw 3 little things. Again, they don't kind of show up very well, but the line was very elegant. I thought, oh, they're very, a little bit mid-century modern. So there's this one here. That didn't have a ticker on it. This one here. Exactly the same. And this says made in Japan. Now, I know that means they're more likely to be sort of 60s or 70s. And I liked their style. So there were those 2. And this one, which I think is the main one, with his wings up, goes with it. So they kind of go as a set. I thought they had a certain elegance, and I really like the style of them. They're not completely white. They do have some colour in here. The only issue is this one is perfect. This one has got a tiny little chippy to the end of his beak, but it's not bad. I think someone liked these. And this one, although he hasn't got a chippy to the end of his beak, does seem to have a little production mark there. So not entirely perfect, but I liked them. Yes, look, someone gets her name right. I've been stupid and muddled her up again. I mean, it's not like they're similar. Very different people. So I paid £6 for this set, so they were £2 a piece. It was a bit of a gamble, but there was just something about the shape of them. Who knows? Who knows? You know, my profit margins on a lot of bric-a-brac are not like my clothes. My clothes is where I make my living at the moment. I just get a bit bored with them sometimes. And I like things with a nice line or that seem to be well made. I rather like those. They're cute. And a bit mid-century modern. So I was quite happy with those. Then, oh yeah, got to show you the really weird shit. This cost me £2.50. I saw it on the top of a shelf. Now, I'm one of the few people that can reach their very high shelves. And when I saw this, I thought, this is so mad. But I'm actually going to buy it. How mad is that? It's kind of got a sheen to it, sort of slightly pewtery colour. And there is a label on the bottom. I just thought it was so mad, and it's a bit mid-century. It actually says DK, and then it says something else. And then it says since, but it's SINDS, which I think might be a Scandinavian spelling. And it says since 1982, so it was a bit newer than I thought it was. But I just thought, how weird is that? I like weird. I mean, nightmare to ship. I just thought I've never seen anything like that in my life. And it's kind of got mid-century lines. This was Demelza. Now, Demelza, our Demelza, is horribly expensive. I mean, it is absolutely astronomical. It's the worst of all the shops. I love what they do. And they were one of the shops I was actually involved in a kind of a consultation. I was, you know, and everything I said they ignored. And they went and made it a boutique. But it's a tiny shop anyway. It's a lot of new stuff and it's poorly laid out and they don't do jewellery. So why I even went in there? But it's in this row and I thought I'll give it a look. But I just thought that was so freaky. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to research it. And I think that's it's got a touch of the sort of Abigail Ahern's about it. Not exactly the Jonathan Adler's, but it is so weird that I thought someone would like it. And it's 3, and 3 is a good number. I also thought it's quite useful when we get some amazing roses in our garden, really lovely scented ones. You only need 1 or 2 and it completely perfumes a room. So I thought you could pop 3 in there and that would do quite nicely. You don't have to fill a whole vase. Where the hell am I going to put this? Right, somewhere I'm not going to break it. So I have no idea what that will go for, but I liked it. Even the woman behind the counter thought it was hilarious. He said, "Oh, I put that there this morning." We all went, "What on earth is that?" So I'm quite happy with that for being suitably weird. And the fact that I actually managed to find something in that shop that was £2.50 because it was ugly. Oh, there's chat. Oh, which is in? Hello. That's Becky, which is in. My Becky from the Which is In, clearly, from our Wednesday night chats. So I hope you're having a lovely day watching YouTube and not doing too much, apart from the things you have to do. Studio. I know I'm always on. She missed out on some jewellery. Oh no. Weird. Yeah. We have a car boot on this weekend, which I hopefully will go to if I'm feeling up to it after my dental fiasco on Saturday. So I'm hoping to get up there, but I don't need stock. This was pleasurable browsing. It didn't feel like work. It wasn't, oh, I've got to fill my boots with stuff, because it was just like, wow, it's so nice to be out again. And my high street is kind of fairly, it's all in one row and everything's quite near each other. So it's quite efficient. What an egg. Yes. Okay, so the final shop that I went into is one I don't go into very often. There's a lovely, lovely lady in there who's very witchy friendly, shall we say. And we had a lovely conversation about hand fastings and how beautiful they are. But it's a great shop. And it's friendly and it's lovely, and I was very happy to go in there because the first thing I saw was this. Now you might think, yeah, okay, it's a vase, but I happen to know, because I have some of these downstairs that I brought back with me from Egypt, it's alabaster, and it was £2. And I know alabaster is considerably more expensive than that, and this hasn't got too much chips or damage or anything. There's something about alabaster, I really like it, and if you pop a tea light in it, it glows because it's a bit transparent. So I thought, well, I'll have that because I think someone will like that. But I really don't want to get too much bric-a-brac this summer because it goes really slowly. It sells really slowly, probably because I price it too high. I like it too much. Maybe that's what it is. So once I'd done that, I had to wait quite a long time. So there were a couple of girlies right down the back hovering over the jewellery. And I'm sort of waiting and waiting and waiting. And when they'd chosen their bits to go with the T-shirts they were buying, I snuck in there and had a good old rummage. And man, I was happy because they had necklaces for £1 and bracelets for 50p. And they had a decent amount of them too. Some people are being very judgy about other people going out shopping when they don't need to. I say sod off. Ditto. Completely. I like to be out and about. I'm masked up and my hands are in need of hand cream because I sanitized at every single flipping shop and they feel like sandpaper now. But you know what? It was fun. It was lovely. So what did I buy? For 50p, I got this. It's glass. I know it's modern, but I thought that's so cool and swirly, and I want to give this to someone who's going to love it. You know what I mean? And it's a clapper, so it's easily on and offable. So quite happy with that. Do like a bracelet or a bangle. Then I found it's a necklace, glass this time. I know it's glass and vintage. Just a nice clear and black, nice monochrome design. The clasp kind of gives it away as being vintage because it's one of these. There is, and one can't expect too much when not paying much for these things, but it was unnamed, but it does have some wear at the back there. But, you know, somebody may very well like it and not care that it has a little wear at the back there. Nice faceted beads in black and clear. So for £1, I thought, you know, why not? So that sort of unnamed stuff, which I'm trying not to buy. And then I saw this kind of hanging at the back. This isn't, I wish I had Lexi's luck and it was gold, but it's not. But it is Monet, which means it's probably gold plated, although they don't say. And it has very little wear on it. And one of the giveaways was the fact it had this really unusual kind of pincer scissor-like fastening. Did if. Joan, hello Joan, but you did if. What was that then? 2 more charges and didn't. Sometimes they just don't have anything. Need to get your mojo back. Yes, you do. But this is just a nice rope. And there may be a lovely pendant I can pop on it, but it's in great shape and it's Monet. So I was quite pleased that I managed to spot a piece of quality. So we went on from there, really. Now this, I do like Damascene as well. I'm drawn to the same things, aren't we, Lex? All shinies. This one has little birdie motifs on it, and I'm not sure if that identifies it as coming from a different country, the subject matter. I don't get the feeling it's the Spanish one. It's got little birds and flowers and things on. Quite nicely made with an engine, machined back to it. I don't recognise this as a name. I liked it anyway. It's either ID, or maybe it's a... maybe it is a lowercase e with an exclamation mark after it. I don't know. No idea. Oh. now. Banter in the chat. So I rather liked that. It was a nice Damascene. Now, as often happens, the safety chain has become detached. But if I can get my eyes in a pair of tweezers, I might be able to tease it back into place. But I really rather like that. Nicely made. So I was quite happy with that one. And then, now this is so lush. It's the little things. Try and get it the right way so I can actually... Now, difficult for you to see, especially when it turns around on itself. Will you stop? Okay. This has glass bezel set little cabochons in it, and they're actually, although you can't tell, maybe you can tell if I put something white behind it, Heather. That will be useful. Okay, let's try and find something white. There we go. It's actually got like a rainbow glass beads in it. Absolutely stunning. I just thought, wow, that's so cool. So I picked it up on that basis. It has a safety chain, so I thought, yes, quality. Again, it's become detached. And although the clasp has a little bit of wear to it, this happens to be Sarah Coventry, which I was quite pleased with. I'm pretty sure it was Sarah Coventry when I last looked. All right. Get the eye. Yeah, Sarah Cove. So I thought that was so sweet and pretty. Maybe I can fix the safety chain or find someone who can. I really like that. I just thought that was so sweet. Very delicate. Not really me, but there we go. So pretty pretties with the name on it. I'm kind of trying to train my eye in now to get the name stuff. That's my job. And I think I've got some jewellery books coming for my birthday. Well, I know I have because I put them on an Amazon wish list and emailed it to my husband. So that's quite likely. You've had the one with the rainbow glass. Yeah. It's not that they're stunningly valuable. I don't particularly think. I just think they're so beautiful. Oh, and there's a ring as well. Ah, right. And you sold a ring as well. Yeah, you see, I'm just really getting into hunting these things down. This one's beautiful. It's all sort of open work. And with a faux pearl and rhinestones. It's beautiful. The sad thing is it's missing one tiny rhinestone, but I think my very good friend Anne may be able to replace that for me. Bless her. When I've got something that's really worth doing, it just seems so sad otherwise. But I mean, look at that. It's just gorgeous. So I knew it was good before I even looked at the label. And this one is Trifara with a little crown above it. And I just thought it was so beautiful. So I really will try and get, because my friend Anne won't just pop a rhinestone into it. She'll try and find an old rhinestone because she harvests from old stuff. Oh, Coro. No, this is actually Crown Trifara, yeah. But I suppose they all have that look. But it's just such a beautiful thing. Articulated, well made. That's what I'm kind of focusing on, is just trying to spot things that look well made and of quality. And even on the little clasp, it has a little long rhinestone there. So I was very happy with that. So I will get that one fixed. I'll put it in a little bag, pop it in my handbag. Oh, what are people in? Oh, hello, Peter. Who's frozen? Oh, I think I'm still here. I hope I haven't froze for anyone else. Oh, itchy nose. Again, this is the final bit of jewellery I found. This is faux tortoiseshell. And then it had this on it. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. It looks a bit like it could be something. It actually says, because you'll never be able to see it from there, it says T Cento, which is a known brand, but what's more interesting is it's 925 on the back. I quite like this for me, to be honest. I can just about get my smaller left hand through it. Wouldn't be able to do it with my right hand. I like that. I know, I haven't actually seen your video because when I was going on, I suddenly realised. So I will watch that back afterwards. And you've had your jab, so very pleased. Just take it a bit easy. Your arm will feel a bit funny for a while. You might feel a bit sleepy this evening, but you should be fine. I know some people have worse experiences, but I think most of us get away with it pretty easily, don't we? So I just love that. I love the style. Simple. It had a look of quality about it. I think that's what drew me to it. And when they're 50p, I don't mind. So I'll be going back to that shop again fairly soon to see if they've replenished their stock. You've found Ticento, yeah. I'd had a quick look and saw that prices are all over the place, aren't they? But I don't mind sitting on it for a bit. Yeah, it's really rather lovely. So I was quite happy with that. There you are, Peter. Get a load of that. It's a bat ugly vase. It just reminds me of a sort of a garlic bulb, a bulb of some sort. Kind of weird, mid-century modern, possibly Danish. Got some research to do. Oh, any more flatters? Oh dear. Having a safer day. Yeah, I think I'm not doing too much today. I've got my car back. I had that serviced. I'm getting quite excited about Campervan, or the Blessed Bee, as she will be known. Yeah, that's all been sorted out now. So I've got to get on and think about selling my lovely car, because I love my car. I'm very sorry that I can't have two, but that's be greedy. Really can't have two. But I need to sell her for a decent amount of money, so I've given her a nice service, and she'll get a nice wash, because the car washes are open now, and my car is filthy. It's rank. It really is. I'm not one for car washes, but she'll look very nice when she's clean. Black and yellow. Well, it is black. It's already black, which I'm not saying that was actually a prerequisite, but that was quite important, because you have a bright white van and it stands out a mile, doesn't it? I didn't really want to. So I was quite glad when I found one that was black. Yeah, I know. It's fun. I mean, it says it can sleep 4, but not people my size. It can't. There'd be 2 of us and a tent for the boy. I'm just looking forward to being able to go somewhere and kind of pull up and make a cup of tea, have a bit of a fry up somewhere, and I'm beyond excited. It's kind of like my freedom brought back, I suppose. I've thought about doing it for a very, very long time, and I mean, Becky will know because I was wittering on to her about it last night because I was doing the deal. It was all ongoing. I did haggle. If there's one thing I've learned from reselling, it's how to haggle, and making sure you get a good deal and being careful. And I don't think I've ever bought a vehicle from Gumtree before, which is basically what's happened. I would say to anybody, if you're thinking of buying anything, I can highly recommend the RAC, who are one of the companies that do this, but I'm already a member, so they actually will do a very, very full check and report. So it's a bit like you'd have a surveyor's report on a house if you were thinking of buying one, because you don't want to lay money out if it's falling apart. And the same is true of a decently priced car. So I wanted to be sure that it was all reasonably sound, and they came back with a few issues, to be fair. So went back to the buyers, to the sellers rather, and explained. And I actually sent them a copy of the report so they could see I wasn't just making it up. Certain things would need to be fixed to make it safe, and they're taking care of that and getting it serviced and what have you. And I've got my very, very lovely mechanic, who's a chap called Ralph, who's looked after my cars for quite some time, and he's quite happy. He's going to look after her for me because I'm not a mechanic. So it's all like, yay. Whereabouts in Wales will I be going? I don't know. Possibly gonna have to take in the Bridgend area, I think. Quite possibly. I don't know where I'm going first, and also that I'm probably not going to be bringing son and husband with me if I'm going to Wales, because nope. So yeah, but this year is going to be a very travelly kind of year. Yes, I should be quite the gypsy. Anyway, I'm going to let you lot go because I've taken up half an hour of your time, and I need to watch your video next, don't I? Indeed. I'm also going to give Carla a shout out because I know she's been through it a bit this last week, and if she does watch these, and she probably won't because it's jewellery and shit, I'll say if she needs a chat, I'm here, because this stuff is difficult, and I know it's been a struggle. So onwards and upwards. I like Liverpool. I can go anywhere. It fits in an ordinary parking space, and that's a saving grace because I'm not the world's best parker. A magical mystery tour, it certainly will be. Right, I will see you all soon. Take care. Go and find some good stuff in the shops and the boot fairs and everywhere else. Have lots of fun, and I will see you soon. Tatty bye. Here comes the awkward waving bit. Awkward waving.